Three, two, one, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I don't have my questions prepared. What opens with the folks being introduced to it, and what closes with me being like, huh? She got sheets. She was laying on the bed. Whoa, wait a second. And then it was over. If you guessed or read, Love and Hip Hop Miami Reunion Part 1, Season 1. I don't know. It doesn't have a name. Love and Hip Hop Miami Reunion. You're correct. It's not. All I have is one page of notes. So it's either it wasn't that much or I just could not keep up. Because, they be, I guess the Love and Hip Hop reunions have a particular recipe and cadence, and I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and being here, Fabulous, live or on the replay. Let's get into it. Let us proceed. So I guess they have a formula for the Love and Hip Hop reunion. So one, it's a whole bunch of people. So I guess since I was here since the beginning of the show and I've been taking notes, I actually know who everybody is, which is shocking. But they had people on the stage, they had people on couches in the audience, and then they had other people who seemed to come in. So it was more than the 7 or 8 people who's in the introduction that were in the reunion. And it seems like every couple minutes, security is holding people back. Like people are fighting, people are arguing. I can't always keep up with what go on. So I'm going to share with you what I got. But for the most part, I don't remember the only revelation I remember is at the end. And I'm hoping that was like a preview for next week. Because I'm like, what happened? I didn't know what happened. Okay, so we got Nina Parker. She's the hostess. I think she usually is the hostess for these Love and Hip Hop reunions. We got Trick, Trina, Gunplay, Joy, Miami Tip, Pleasure P, and Bobby on the stage. And then on the couch, we have Prince, Amara, Veronica, Hollywood, Michelle, Pooch, Shay Johnson, and Baby Blue. And then JoJo and Steph are going to be joining us later. And we're also going to get a performance from Trick and Trina. Now, when the actual performance, I'll talk to you about that later. Okay, so that's who we got. Did I have any thoughts about how anybody looked? I don't know, not that I can think of. So Bobby, and so the first conversation or topic of conversation is the Bobby and Trina beef. They cousins. I had already heard that they were cousins on her father's side of the family, that she wasn't close to, Trina was not close to her father's side of the family, that Bobby had she had met him as a fan and then later on found out that he was family. So I could kind of see a little reservation in dealing with someone who's like a fan as opposed to how you would deal with someone who is like your family. And then especially if it's part of your family that's you not really don't think of like, fam, this is my fam. It's like, this is my family, And then Alvin comes up. Now, Alvin is the assistant of Trina, you remember. And Miami Tip is up there. So Bobby... so we talk about that, and then we talk about that Bobby and Trina are basically cool now. Bobby understands, he says that she's like a real business person running a real business. So, that's how why she has to be the way she is. Trick thinks that Bobby is very talented and that being gay will put him in a box. And Bobby said he gonna kick through the box, and he kick up on the stage. Hey, welcome on the chat. So, Bobby and Alvin end up arguing. I was kind of confused because it was like Trina was saying that Bobby was messy, but she used some word I can't remember. But anyway, Aggie. She said Bobby is Aggie, and then Bobby is like, yeah, I'm Aggie, like Alvin is Aggie. And then they were arguing, and they were I don't know if they were fighting. I guess they fought because I think security was there. I might have blinked or something. And then they are like, well, Bobby is like, he doesn't really have a problem with Alvin. And Alvin is like, he doesn't really have a problem with Bobby. So I'm kind of like, okay, then why are we fighting? And maybe that's when they had the realization that they don't need to fight. But I'm like, are we just fighting for the reunion for Fight Club fights? You know how, well, you may not know, but like on a porno, when it's kind of like, it's just like gratuitous, like it's a setup for sex. It's a setup for sex. It doesn't make any sense. It's like it's a setup for a fight. It's a setup for a fight, but the fights don't make any sense. So that's kind of how I felt about them. Like, what are y'all fighting about? Really? I don't understand. So anyway, we move on to Shay and Pleasure P and Blue. And then, Pretty Ricky, they just finished up an album, we find out. So I guess we're all very excited. I guess I'm excited. Shay says that she jumped the gun in terms of thank you for your thumbs up. I'm gonna be doing a ongoing conversation about this document that I was handed, Independent Black African Agenda. But I'm just going to read the table of contents later after notes on the news feed. But anyway, hopefully you'll be a part of that conversation. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, so Shay and Pleasure P and Blue. So Shay says that she jumped the gun in terms of her, hostility or anger at the whole Pretty Ricky crew. And that seems to be, I guess, her role, her character, like jumping the gun. I guess she's supposed to be like high strung and passionate. So she just like gets passionately and angrily and, she ready to fight at the drop of a dime. So she apologizes to Blue and to the group, and she says that she wishes them well. There's some argument with Liz and Blue about whether Pleasure P should have defended Shay, because Pleasure P's position is like he needed to gather the information before he could decide what side he was on. Shay's position is, you my man, you on my side. If you my man, you supposed to defend me. And Liz is like, right, he didn't, he was not defending Shay. And Nina Parker explains that the purpose of the reunion is for everybody to say what they have to say and get their things out. Now, Blue, I guess that she and Blue were having some kind of tension because she had to explain what the purpose of the reunion is. And Blue's position is like, basically like, I can talk over who I want to talk over. You're not going to explain nothing to me. Who going to check me, Boo? You, Nina Parker? No. So he kind of goes there. He kind of has a similar vibration of Shay. So it's kind of like he goes into that like aggressive, hostile thing, and then he apologizes. P says basically that he doesn't want a wild woman, a woman who's just out here jumping and fighting with everybody that can't be his woman. And Blue says that he'll never be thirsty for no woman except for Trina. And then Trina is like, huh? So I don't know. I think that was supposed to be funny. One of the Pretty Ricky guys, during the thing, I guess the group Pretty Ricky is on the stage, and I didn't know who it was, but somebody was repeatedly falling on the floor, like, oh, that's so funny, and they would like fall on the floor. And I was kind of like, I don't understand. I think this might be like something unique to the culture of love and hip hop reunions, or maybe that's a Pretty Ricky thing, because I was just kind of like confused. Gabby is added in. That's P's ex from Jamaica. And she's actually coming in via remote from Jamaica. And she says that she's told Marcus, that's what she calls Pleasure P, to fly to Jamaica. And she says she's still waiting for him to come, to show up. And Nina is like, well, are you on the way? Are you going? You got your ticket? She asked the Pleasure P, and he's like, no. And there is some conversation about, or some replay of video footage in terms of whether she is just was trying to rekindle things with Pleasure P since Pretty Ricky was back together. And then, she left when Pretty Ricky broke up. And so maybe she's not like a ride or die, like a true ride or die like Shay. So, Chinese Kitty, basically, and I thought she was making a good point, but she's like, first of all, the woman Gabby did not even know that Pleasure P was with somebody. So if you're going to be mad at somebody, you should be mad at Pleasure P because he knew that he was with you. She ain't know nothing about you. And Shay is like, well, she know now. She know now. That ice cream on her forehead let her know. Chinese Kitty is basically like, I don't know why you attacking the woman. We had the same perspective. And then Chinese Kitty and Shay argue, and they get held back by security. Okay, so then we have Malik and Jeffrey and Bobby. And Jeffrey has never been, he says he's never been in a physical fight before. Eve at the pool party. Oh, I don't know what that means. Who is Eve at the pool party? Oh, maybe even at the even at the pool party, Bobby says that he didn't realize that Jeffrey was cheating. He was just coming to confront them, and that he would have been crying if he knew that they were cheating. Jeffrey says it would have been a week. That they were dating, but he didn't really understand the nature of their relationship because a week would go by and he wouldn't be able to reach or talk to Bobby. And Bobby's position is that he was at the studio. Now that seems kind of confusing to me because I kind of feel like even if you're working hard, if you're involved with a relationship, coming to on the way to the studio, when you take a break to eat, when you on your way from the studio, you shoot a text, an email, a quick phone call. Hey, babe, sorry to wake you up, but I'm just getting out the studio. I'm really tired. I'm a crash, but I love you or whatever. I didn't understand how we dating and it's been a week and we ain't talked. That sounded kind of weird to me. So Bobby is like, again, his position is that he was in the studio. So Malik is me and Jeffrey had a relationship issue. We're not compatible, so the compatibility means that we're no longer together, blah, 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 blah. He was kind of like talking in circles. It sounded very weird to me, but he says that he does not want to discuss it and he doesn't want Jeff to discuss it. And Jeff is like, well, this is his first time hearing that they're not together. So he say they flew there together. They stayed at the hotel together. He thought that they were together until the man announced. Malik is that man. He's weird. I don't know who. Okay. So Malik, he says he does want to discuss his usage of the F word in reference to gay men. And he said he did not say Bobby's name. And Bobby is like, well, I didn't think, that you were saying my name, but I feel like gay is gay. Because Jeffrey is like, there are levels to this gayness, like a hierarchy. That's how I took it. Like, there's a low level gay, and then there's a high level gay, like me, who's masculine. And then, the low level, I don't know. I don't really, he's kind of, there's no hierarchies and folks, Bobby is like, folks are looking at us, young gay folks are looking at us and we gotta, represent and put good information out there for people. And then Nina asked Prince, did you know that Malik was gay? And Prince says that he was surprised that Malik came out to him. That says to me that he knew that he was gay. He just was surprised that he came out to him because he didn't really think they were that close. And then they talk about the challenges of gayness in Miami, and several people kind of chime in to say that they've seen a lot of people be very hostile to people who are gay and ostracize them and be rude to them and mean to them. So it was kind of like, okay, I guess, his Malik's fear of coming out and, is they're co-signing, they're giving it some validity. And then they also talk about Prince's gayness. A lot of people call Prince princess, and Prince's position is like, no, I'm not gay. I'm a good looking man. I dress myself well. I like to wear the color pink. Pink looks good on me, and that's it. Okay. So then we have JoJo, Steph LaCour, Juju, Amara, Veronica, and Hollywood. Now, I couldn't follow all of what was going on, but I'm assuming that they kind of recapped the story in terms of Hollywood. Was he being hostile to Amara or not? Hollywood's position is that he was not being hostile, that even though she did bring her mother to a business meeting, and who brings their mother to a business meeting? Amara is like, I bring my mother everywhere. And he's like, but me and your mama was dabbing in the club. They didn't show that, but I roll with the punches. It's cool. I'm not like no evil guy or nothing. I didn't understand it. And they kind of go back and forth. And then it's something about, did you lay on my bed? Did you bring sheets over to my house? Bed sheets and blankets and a comforter. And did you lay on the bed? And Amara is like, you're going to give the wrong impression. And it was kind of like, so that was the end of the episode. I was kind of like, huh? But I had this question about Amara and Hollywood and whether they were having a sexual relationship. I couldn't quite really, it was something in their dynamic that I couldn't really understand. And it's edited. We can't see everything. We don't know everything that's going on. So So I don't know. Did you what did I miss it? What happened? What happened? But anyway, that is Love and Hip Hop Miami season 1, the reunion part 1. I guess if I had to score it, I'd give it like a 5, 6. It was okay. But you're more than okay. If I had to score you, I'd give you a 10. You're wonderful. You're fabulous. Today is the best day ever. Go out and enjoy it. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. I got notes on the news feed coming up. And the channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We're working on 1,000 subscribers. Today is the best day ever. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous.